Hey, hi everyone. Welcome to your show, E-Coffee with Experts. This is Ranmay here. And today we have Abdo, who is the founder and CEO of WebTmize with us. Welcome, Abdo. How are you?
Hi, Ranmay. Thank you. I'm doing well. How are you?
All good, yeah? Great. Abdo, before we move any forward and pick your brains, why don't you talk us through about your journey thus far and what a WebTmize is all about? What are your core offerings? And we'll head on from there.
Sure. So I'd say my journey and the business journey started after graduating with a computer science degree, where I started working as a web developer for an SEO agency. And that's really where I learned about SEO and learned about site optimization. That's back in 2007, which was quite a long time ago, 15 years ago. And I was working on site optimization, making sure the code is clean, site speed, image load time, all those things back then to ensure that site loads faster, database queries loading faster. I did that for about 6 months, and then I was recruited to work for another e-commerce software company, Icongo, which was then acquired by Hybris Software, still exists today, and then was acquired again by SAP as one of the largest software companies worldwide. So I worked there for about a year, several different e-commerce brands, also on site optimization, web development. And after 1 year of experience, again, I was recruited. The market was hot at the time in Montreal, Canada. I went to a company called BetUS, basically sports betting, and they had casinos online. Again, similar type of work where it was front end development, site speed, ensuring the user experience was good, up to expectations, because we had high traffic sites. So worked a lot again on site optimization. And about a year and a half later, um, I was approached by a recruiter again to work for Essence, one of the largest success stories in Montreal. At the time in 2010, it was still a small business. We were about 15 people in the office. And by the time I left in 2014, so 4 years later, we were over 100 people. So I'd say one of the places where I learned the most, because that's where I spent the most before becoming an entrepreneur. Worked my way up from being an SEO specialist, so switched from web development to purely working on SEO. Still work with web developers on site speed and content, off page, all those things with multiple parties, project managers, I said developers, the design team, the creative team, other marketers on the team. I even work with the executives sometimes. I say it was one of the most rewarding and turning points in my career. Worked there for about 4 years, had nice growth, but I was approached by not really a competitor, but similar type of business, Beyond the Rack. It was also the heyday of Beyond the Rack after they've raised 20 million in funding. So went there and I was managing media there, and we spent a lot of money, acquired a lot of users. It was a different business model where the focus was on acquiring emails. By the time I left, we had 14 million emails between the US and Canada. And the business was about to be acquired by a US group, and I don't think it happened. And then things didn't turn out very well for them. So after a year, I was actually laid off because business wasn't going well. And I moved to an agency. So my boss at the time at Beyond the Rock introduced me to an agency, an affiliate marketing agency that wanted to add an SEO and PPC to their list of services. And I said, okay, I was in between. Should I become an entrepreneur, focus on my business? I actually went and incorporated WebTmize in 2015. I was about to take that seriously, but I didn't have enough courage, I'd say, at the time. So went and took that role at Beyond the Rag, at OPM Pros, the agency, and helped them create a division from nothing to over 7 figures within 3 years, and a team of 11, 12 people at a time. And then I decided to leave. And after 10 years of experience in the industry, working for agencies and the client side, I said it's probably time to really work on my agency. So that's when I took WebTmize seriously and hired the first employee in the beginning of 2018. And the second employee, 4 or 5, I think we were 5 or 6 by the end of the year, 2018. We rented an office. I believe it was September 1st, 2018. And that's when we really started scaling things. And we were lucky after having enough experience in the space. We built a reputation in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and one client to another started growing. And today we're 25 people full time. We're still growing. At some point, we were even bigger than that. I think at some point, the max we hit were 31 employees, and then we went down to 25. We went through different events that slowed us down, but it's normal part of business. As it's good to scale back up, slow down to scale back up. So it's been a great 5 years. We just started our 6th year with WebTmize. Very exciting. Looking forward for the years to come and more learnings, more development, and more growth for the business and for the team and for our clients and partners, the people we work with.
Wonderful. Yeah. Quite a journey, I must say. Great. Like you mentioned and touched upon your journey, your experience with Essence and Beyond the Rack, I would like you to elaborate a few significant challenges that you encountered during your journey with both these brands in optimizing strategies for fashion and e-commerce and the innovative solutions that you would have devised during those days as well.
Sure. So as I said, Essence was a key turning point, I'd say, in my career. That's where I really acquired a lot more knowledge, a lot more experience, and built a lot more relationships with different people because the business was at high growth, doubling year over year. E-commerce revenues were doubling year over year. It was exciting. The team was doubling. And when growth comes more challenges, I started as an SEO specialist. Then the person who was running SEM wanted to do something else. So I offered to take on this role. So I became an SEO SEM specialist. Then I hired my first assistant and then became a team lead and hired another SEO manager. And like it trickled from one thing to another just because of the business growing so fast. And we have to keep up and accept that growth and work with it. So it was definitely an opportunity. And we jumped on the opportunity. What was also exciting is that we worked internationally. So it wasn't just locally. It wasn't even Canada only. At first, we were selling worldwide. It's a luxury product. And it was nice to learn about SEO, international SEO, working on multiple languages in terms of SEO side, multiple partners worldwide. So this was definitely a great experience and to be proud of and supporting the team members and growing the team and learning a little bit more about management. That's where really I learned about managing other people. So it was a fun journey. Beyond Rack was mainly US and Canada. I don't think we were selling outside of North America. It was a different model, totally different model. So I had to adapt the model of acquiring users versus acquiring buyers, users as in subscribers, email subscribers, and look at the cohort analysis over time when you acquire a new email, what it looks like after 6 months, 7 months, because most of the time you're losing money at first, but you'll only make money later on looking at it from a long-term perspective. So that was also a fun journey, learning about cohort analysis, aggressive growth after the raise. A lot of money spent, multiple $1 million were spent sometimes in a single month was quite something. And yes, collaborated with different parties. It was a different company at the time when I worked there. We were about 500 people. We had offices in the US, in Canada, multiple warehouses as well. I think it was the first time I worked in such a big company. Definitely different processes and procedures to follow, but was definitely rewarding as a job.
Great. Yeah. So what was that one moment because you worked, you incorporated your company and then you did not focus on it. Then at one point you realized, let's take it forward. So what was that moment when you realized you should come back to Webtimize and grow it, scale it, and just do Webtimize and nothing else? So what was that
Yeah.
moment or what triggered that decision making?
Yeah, it's a very good question. I think we all have self-doubt. If you want to become an entrepreneur, especially if you make that choice on your own, you don't have a partner, you constantly are going to self-doubt yourself and unsure if you can make it. One fear, the risk. I think after 10 years of experience, I felt more ready to do it. And I saw how other business owners were running their businesses, which I'm grateful for. I'd say what was nice in my career is I saw other business owners running their businesses And I was able to learn from them, learn from their mistakes or the company mistakes. And I said, okay, I can take those learnings and apply them for my business. Not that I didn't make any mistakes. I made plenty of mistakes as well.
We all
Uh,
do.
yeah. We learn the hard way sometimes of our mistakes.
Yeah.
And I think that was the pivotal moment uh, of deciding to become an entrepreneur.
Yeah, quite an honest answer. Great. So after moving on, data-driven decision making is so crucial in today's digital landscape. How do you recommend businesses, both large, small, or mid sizes for that matter, to harness the power of data science to optimize their marketing efforts and achieve scalable and tangible results?
Yeah. Great question as well. I don't know if you've heard there's a fact that there's an abundance of data, heaps and heaps of data out there, but
Right.
less than 2% of that data is actually utilized. I think there's an opportunity for all businesses to really work with the data that they have, invest into tools and platforms to store the data and then work on that data. Us as a business, what we invested in is a data warehouse. We work with Google BigQuery. We store a fair amount of data, our data, clients' data as well, for reporting purposes. And then we help clients make infer decisions, sharing insights on that amount of data that is extracted from multiple platforms. Sometimes we work with 10 different platforms. For example, Google Ads, Bing Ads, Pinterest, TikTok, LinkedIn, DV360, CM360. Then you work with the e-commerce platform, whether it's Shopify or Magento or Salesforce Commerce Cloud. And if it's a lead gen client, you're probably working with Salesforce or HubSpot or other CRMs. Getting all the data from multiple sources and putting it into one place and then m- merging it in a way that makes sense, like looking at all the cost data, the clicks, the impressions, the click-through rates from multiple sources, and then visualizing it on a data visualization tool like Looker Studio or Tableau is a great value for our clients. That's why we've invested into that. We work with a data scientist as well who helped us put that structure together and also apply AI and machine learning on that data as well to predict future outcomes based on historical data, based on other factors, whether we have some weather dependent brands, as we're living in Canada and we work with multiple brands that sell boots and jackets and so on. So as soon as you have a snowstorm, the sales for boots and jackets spikes. So if we're able to add in weather data into our prediction models, then the predictions are even more accurate. So this is the type of project that we work on with some of the clients, looking at cohort analysis, regression models, RFM models as well, or recency, frequency, and monetary models for our clients, customers, and predicting what the future will look like. And we've been quite accurate in multiple predictions we've made.
Yeah, I'm sure. Now, moving on, talking about AI, the storm that we all are in, and it's still going on, and it is getting more integrated into digital marketing. So, how do you feel AI, machine learning can be leveraged to personalize marketing campaigns and enhance customer experiences while scaling their operations?
Yeah. It, it's been around for several years. We've been using AI, I'd say, before that storm of ChatGPT that came around.
Right.
We're Google Premier partners. We've been working with Google for many years, and they've been talking about AI for so many years. And they've released multiple products like Smart Bidding, as bidding on conversions, target CPA, target ROAS. These types of strategy are all AI backed or powered. So we've been using it, and with the immersion of ChatGPT and its success, we've also embraced it, and we have a plan with ChatGPT, a premium plan, and our copywriters use it, and our developers even use it to automate certain things and generate some ideas and help with pitches, with ad copy sometimes, with content. Of course, human intervention will always be there to ensure that it's quality assured and good for a human to read. But generally, like we've been early adopters of AI and definitely embrace this kind of technology and use it as part of our tool set to achieve our objectives and our clients' objectives.
Brilliant. It's great to know that you have used it to just stay ahead of the curve versus a lot of industry folks who started coping up with it with the discovery or invention of chat GPT rather.
Mhm.
Brilliant. Great. Yeah. Abdo, yeah, last question. We all talk about on one side SEO, on the other side PPC. So how do you feel both SEO and PPC mixed together? We all know that it can be a powerful strategy, but can you explain how these two tactics or two different strategies can work in tandem to boost a website's visibility and drive home more targeted traffic?
Yeah, it's a great question too. Again, I see them as partners. We think of them as two initiatives working together. You have multiple placements for paid and multiple placements for organic. So there is no reason to say one is better than the other. There's room for both. So absolutely working together in tandem. Any business should consider both right off the bat, I'd say. If you don't have any budget, maybe working on SEO in-house is probably a good start, but you may not see results early on. Thinking of SEO as more of a marathon and PPC more of a sprint. You launch your ads, you're going to start getting clicks right away. On the SEO side, you need to invest, you need to work on your content, you need to work on your website, your back, all the factors that help with the growth of the site. Obviously take time and resources and energy. And there's no guarantees. I don't know if an agency will ever give someone 100% guarantees, but you can make predictions. And oftentimes us as an agency, we tend to make the predictions, but we don't accurately say. We say that this is like a moderate expectation of what results we'll get.
Estimations. Yeah.
This is an aggressive and this is a conservative prediction. Yeah.
Brilliant. Brilliant, Abdo. It was a fantastic conversation. But yeah, before we let you go, I would like to play a quick rapid fire with you. I hope you're game for it.
Sure, let's do it.
Right? Great. Abdo, what did you do with your first paycheck? Since you have jumped across companies, started your own business. Do you remember that first check of your life?
Started paying off my debts.
All right. Yeah, when was that? At what age and stage?
When I started first working in 2007. So I had taken some money from a few people, family, friends.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I started paying off my debt from the first paycheck.
Great. Yeah. Lovely. And all right, you last Google search.
The weather this morning.
Okay. And let's say if we were to make a movie on you, what genre would it be?
Action.
All right. What is your favorite sport?
Taekwondo. I've been doing this for so many years.
Oh, wonderful.
20
All
years
right.
now.
The last one will not kill you any further. Your celebrity crush.
I don't think I have a crush.
And I'll have another one for you, probably a more business oriented or the industry oriented. What is that one thing probably which you like the most about, let's say, our industry or your job or your work or your team? What is that one thing which you probably wake up for?
Constantly learning.
Yeah, that's one of the privileges that we have in our industry to learn on the go. Talk about talking to different founders in any given week or month from different niches, different industries, understanding their business model, how they started, why they started, what problem statement do they want to solve. Yeah, so that is one good part about our industry. So brilliant, great. Great, yeah, Abra, it was a lovely conversation. And I'm sure the audiences would have benefited a lot out of the insights which you shared. And thank you so much for doing this with us, man.
My pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Great. Appreciate it.